Hi, I'm Chef Dennis Vieira at the Red Clover Inn here in Mendon, Vermont. Today I'm going to show you how to make butter baked prawns with a touch of garlic. So today the ingredients we have some prawns, we have some cube butter, which is important that you do cube it. We have a little bit of panko breadcrumbs. You can also use cracker crumbs if you wish. Some diced tomato, some brunoise shallots, of course some garlic, some kosher salt. You also can use sea salt at the time. I have a touch of hot paprika, and that's optional if you wish. We have a touch of sliced chives and some chopped parsley for this dish, and a touch of nice olive oil just to give it a hint of flavor on the a little olive flavor. So the first step would be take your shrimp from the refrigerator and the dish that you have them stored in and place them on some kind of baking dish, like so. Spread them out nice and even so they're flat. And the first step will be to season with salt. You can also use sea salt instead of kosher salt, but it's imperative that you get every shrimp with a little bit of salt. Next step will be to use some garlic. Take a spoon of chopped garlic that you already prepared and kind of dab each shrimp with some garlic. Then I'm going to take some of that brunoise shallots that we prepared earlier, and we're going to put those right on top of the shrimp. Now this is just diced fresh garden tomatoes. So we're going to add that right in here. Next we're going to go to our herbs. We're going to take a little bit of garden chives that we just sliced really thin. You can also use kitchen shears to just chop the chives very thinly. And then also we're going to add a little bit of parsley in here as well. With parsley, you want to make sure your herbs are nice and dry after you wash them, because if they are coming out of your garden, you can definitely get some dirt on you. So you want to make sure you do previously wash your herbs and dry them very well before you chop them. And for the final seasoning, we're going to add a little bit of hot paprika. Now this is optional. If you don't like the spice, you can go with a smoked paprika or you can omit the product. But this is one of my favorite ingredients. So we're just going to add a little bit of spoon right on top of the shrimp right there. And the last step, but not the least, is a little drizzle of olive oil. So now we have all our shrimp all seasoned with all the ingredients basically in here to make this dish. Now what you want to do is mix them up, kind of get all the ingredients in with the shrimp, kind of tossing them. You can do this in a bowl rather than a tray here as I'm using. And at this point you just want to make sure the shrimp is coated. We are still going to transfer them to a baking dish, so you just want to make sure you get all the flavors, get the olive oil coated, so they're nice and tasty little shrimp. Now we're going to transfer to our baking dish. And at this point you can arrange them very artistically to make the dish kind of the eye appeal of the dish. We want to make sure the shrimp are all going in the same direction. And for the last one, you want to lift up the first one and kind of tuck it under, so they're all arranged nice and neatly. Then you want to take all your seasonings that are left in the tray, all the tomatoes, the shallots, and the garlic. You want to top the shrimp with that. And for the last step of this dish, we're going to add a little bit of panko breadcrumbs, or you can use Ritz crackers or any type of cracker. We're going to just put it right on top. This is going to add a little crunch to the dish. Also, on top of these breadcrumbs, I placed 1 pat of butter. It's just a small little, probably a half teaspoon of butter right on top, and that's going to melt through as well as the olive oil to give it a little bit of mouthfeel and some more depth of flavor in the prawns. Butter and prawns really go very well together. So here I transferred the prawns to a metal dish that is oven proof. We can put right in the oven. I'm going to place these in a 350 degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. The breadcrumbs will get a little brown, the butter's going to make a little sauce, and those shrimp are going to be very tasty. So now I've removed my butter baked prawns out of the oven. They look beautiful. The breadcrumbs are nice and brown. So to finish this off, we're going to hit it with a little bit of lime juice. And we're going to top it off for some little bit of green color with some sliced chives. And again, some nice chopped parsley right on the top. And here we go. This is how you make butter baked prawns with garlic. And I'm Chef Dennis Vieira at the Red Clover Inn here in Mendon, Vermont.